Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the channel. I am aTone. This is aToneTarot. Pisces, you are tuned in for the topic of who's playing the middle with you. I'm going to run through 3 decks covering past, present, and future, pulling 5 cards from 3 different traditional tarot. So without further ado, Pisces, let's get up into your message. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For my Pisces collective, we are going to kick off with who was playing the middle in the past with you, right? Because that person might have valid reason, you know? Like, let me fill Pisces out and see what's up, right? So we're going to kick off with who was playing the middle with my Pisces in the past. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And if you could, please smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl would greatly appreciate it. I hope all is well with you guys. And you're doing good out there. All right, Pisces. Let's see. In the past, who was playing the middle? And when I say playing the middle, meaning 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, those that give you one face in one setting and maybe another one in another setting for another reason. You know, didn't fully trust you for whatever reason that was. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for my Pisces collective. 5 cards, please. Or it could have been you. You know, you might have found reason to watch someone and keep an eye on them for one reason or another. You know what I mean? Like, let me see what's going on over here with this person. It could have been a potential relationship, business endeavor. You know, I call it UAT. Let me do a little testing. Let's see what's going on. Let me test your reputation and make sure your word is bond. Make sure it's true. Yeah. 2 more cards, please. For my Pisces. 1 more, Spirit. And here it is. Okay, Pisces. So in the past, as it relates to who was playing the middle, I'm picking up on a friend group with this 3 of Cups being in reverse. That's straight up gossip. You know, somebody who knows enough about you or wants to know more about you, you know, in direct proximity. You might have talked to this person regularly. With the 3 of Cups being in reverse, usually the 3 of Cups upright is your squad, your folks. But with it being in reverse, that's gossip from people that know you and know things about you. So somebody who, and again, I don't want to, what's the word? I'm not trying to make a case for anyone. I'm just giving you what I see. The motives could have been hurt. You know, they say hurt people hurt people. This person may not have had very much going on, or maybe wanting to escape what was going on in their background and using some of what they knew about your life to take it elsewhere. Take your business, take your information, take what was going on with you elsewhere. But it looks like, Pisces, you might have discovered who that was, because with this 6 of Swords and the 10 of Swords being here, it's like, oh yeah, you walked away from, left, departed, exit someone or someone's who were up to no good as it related to your reputation, your name, keeping their word true. And with the Nine of Pentacles being here, that's solidarity, like that's single, being able to take care of, I'm good in any hood type energy. So as it relates to this past person and who was playing the middle with you, they weren't straight up, and you might have discovered who that was. And when we get into the present, because I'm going to do past, present, future as it relates to who's playing the middle with my Pisces collective. As we get to the present state, you'll see if are you all clear? Because with the Ten of Swords and the Three of Cups, that could be multiple people. This really feel like a Pisces collective who had to cut the grass, as they say. They say you cut the grass to make sure ain't no snakes. You cut the grass and found them was a couple of garden snakes up in there, Pisces. And this might have been a lesson as it relates to what I stated at the beginning about UAT, testing, observing, giving opportunity for someone to prove their word to be solid, true. You know what I mean? Because people be talking real good, lie straight to your face. Lie with tears in their eyes. No problem. Lie standing up, lie laying down. They can get into a lie and get into character at any given moment, right? So there are ways around being able to determine whether that person is solid in their word, right? Discernment, divination, UAT, common sense. There are quite a few things. So as it relates to the past and who was playing my Pisces collective, it feels as though you definitely departed. Somebody walked away from something with this Eight of Cups. And it might have been hurtful for you finding out who these individuals were, Pisces. So it feels like who was playing the middle with my Pisces and not 100% true might have been some close, or who they thought to be close allies. And again, if this is not your message, don't force it. If it doesn't fit, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, right? But let's check out present state. Let's see as it relates to the present for my Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Did you cut the grass, get all of the snakes about the garden, you clear? Let's see who's playing the middle with my Pisces presently. Who you need to look out for, keep a watchful eye on currently. And that's whenever you receive and click on this message, Pisces. So that's current state. You'll know the timeline. 5 cards, please. Who's currently? Oh yeah. Pisces done clean house. You might even click play past this part, Pisces. Like, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. You might have learned some very valuable lessons as it relates to who to trust. card, please, Spirit, for my Pisces collective. There we go. Okay, Pisces. You received the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the World, the Four of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So as it relates to presently, and who is playing the middle with my Pisces collective, not too many. Not too many. With this Nine of Wands, that's a lesson learned. Like, that's someone who's come out victorious through some bumps and bruises, right? Like, you know, fought a plenty of battle. You came out victorious on the other side. And this is complementing that Nine of Coins, right? It's transitioning from that Nine of Coins that you received in your other spread, Pisces, as it relates to past. The Nine of Wands, that's lesson learned. Like, I saw it, I dealt with it, I isolated, I walked away with the Six of Swords, and because you received the truth, you saw the truth, and you did something about it with that Ace of Swords being here. And then the World is the closing out, completion of something. I'm good on that. You can get me once, you can get me that many times. With this Four of Cups being here, and then the Page of Swords, that's a seeker of information. So now this Nine of Wands and this Page of Swords is you now to some degree on guard. You are keeping a watchful eye, ear on those around you, Pisces. You're not playing about who to trust and who not, who to talk to about what's going on with you. You might be a bit guarded. So, I mean, considering what I saw occurred in the past, I understand. I understand why. I don't fault you for that, right? If you have, and not to say it's secrets, but, you know, information, period, is powerful. I'll just say that, right? So you have to be mindful of the information you give to anyone, friends, family, you know, and that information can be passed in multiple ways, Pisces, as it relates to how you deliver it from one person to the next. It could be through body language. It could be, you know, a multitude of ways, because we communicate in a multitude of ways. And you are refining and have learned how to refine how you communicate, how much you communicate, who you communicate with, and those things in return, like how it's reciprocated back. You're very observant of those around you and information that you give to them, as well as what they're giving back. So you're also looking for reciprocation, wanting to understand more and really pick up on maybe even social cues that you might be or might have missed in the past. So that's present state. All right, let's see future state for my Pisces collective, who will be, if at all, playing a middle ground with you, Pisces. And if you haven't done so already, please smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Your girl would greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Five cards for the future state. that Nine of Wands again. Okay. I will say nines have been a reoccurring theme for your read, Pisces. I'm gonna call that out because you got the Nine of Coins in the past. You got this Nine of Wands again now. In future, you receive the Nine of Wands in the present state. And the Hermit is also represented by the number 9. So nines are significant. This is the year of the 9. So maybe in this year, you really, really learn who you couldn't work with. Because here we are again. The first time when we were in the past, it was the Three of Cups in reverse. Now we got the Three of Coins in reverse. So future state might be work individuals. You may have to look out for, pay attention to, you might learn a lesson about boundaries around information that you give up in the workplace. So that's for some of you because, again, there's synchronicity to that. The first spread was the Three of Cups. That's friends. This one is the Three of Coins. That's where you get your money. And you may have to be very diplomatic around how you operate at work with your business. Amen. Because, we spend a lot of time at work. Right? And you may have to develop a new emotional perspective, if you will, like emotional intelligence. I'll say that because this feels work related. You need to deploy some amount of strategy. You need to, this King of Swords with this Ace of Cups, that is someone who knows how to govern their emotions with logic in the appropriate setting, because with this Three of Coins in reverse, you could learn another lesson, Pisces, around how to communicate, how much you communicate, where there may create some isolation. And again, the Hermit is the wise one. He has had to go through these Nine of Wands moments to get to a point of, okay, I am not necessarily in a place emotionally, mentally grounded where I need to see the world. I need to experience everything and understand it as a collective and get a sight from a centered place, if you will. And the only way for that to happen is through lesson learned. So keep that in mind, Pisces, because this is representative of the future of who is playing the middle. The first category of individuals was a friend group, maybe even family members, because I know, like me, a lot of my family members are also my closest friends. So keep that in mind. And it's not about any love loss there, right? It's not about, oh, this person did this or interpreted something I gave them, misinterpreted something I gave them, and we had a disagreement. No, that Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, it showed a departure, an exit of, no, I'm closing the door on that group. So that was heavy. And you may also learn a very similar lesson around a work group of individuals. Again, just calling it like I see it, right? So, and sometimes it takes for us to learn the lesson twice for it to really stick. And you may want to really examine, well, why am I experiencing this both in these two settings that are polar opposite in my life? It could be the gym and work. It could be with your child. Like, we go through disagreements with teenage children where they don't see eye to eye with us. They're not listening, whatever the case may be, and you may have had to really shut something like that down in a painful way for the sake of teaching someone that you love through tough love, but it's still love. So that's for the past message. Present state was you understanding, sitting with that, being aware of the need to cleanse, declutter, get a clear sight, ground. And then this future state, it feels like the message is coming back around just to make sure, Pisces, that you got it and you understand head and heart. Because head and heart in line allows better progression and forward movement. So whatever that message is and how it resonates in your life overall in this message, take it as you will, because that's what I'm picking up on, especially with this King of Swords, this Three of Coins in reverse. Definitely being able to discern how you delegate in a workspace, because you may have to learn how to keep church and state separate, Pisces, So that is your message. I hope that it helps. And until next time, peace.